Hello everybody, I'm back. It's Deborah Mann, you with Bipolar Line Deb. We have a slight problem with the name again, and that's because there are two ladies who have called themselves Bipolar Line. A bit confusing, which is fine, but we'll just remain Bipolar Line Deb. I think we've had this name for so long that changing it again would be a disaster. I'm sorry I have been away for so long, but it's been for good reason. So just trust me when I say that. I will be giving you more videos from now on about a whole plethora of things, not just mental health or mental illness. No, there's far more to talk about. And so that's what we're going to be doing. And if there's a specific topic that you want me to cover, just put it in the comments below and I'll cover it for you. I'm not saying I know everything, but I'm saying I research a lot of what I don't know so that I can give you videos that make sense, that are true, that aren't just made up stuff, okay? So today I thought I would talk about intuition. Why is that? Well, if you have ever read Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes, I cannot put the name on here because this is coming to you unedited, just as it is. So it's a doctor and it's Clarissa, C-L-A-R-R-I, C-L-A-R-I-S-S-A, Pinkola, P-I-N-K-O-L-A, Estes, E-S-T-E-S. She's a Jungian psychologist and author, and her books are incredible. The first book I ever read of hers was Women Who Run with the Wolves, and it's all about the archetype of the wild woman, which we all have, and not to put men out of the way, because men are needed as much as women, but in different ways. So if you're a man and you're watching this, I'm no feminist. I believe in the masculine. I believe we need the masculine to balance everything out as much as we need the feminine. So just know that. The reason I wanted to speak about intuition is if you've ever had a thought, if you've just been doing something in your house and or walking outside and suddenly somebody pops into your head and you get a tingly feeling, all right? Then there's something going on with that person that perhaps you don't know about. Why did they come into your thought? I mean, science is trying to work out what this is, but I'm going to read to you what my trusted AI friend tells me, and I could delve deeper, but I don't think it's necessary. What I will tell you before I read this is that when you feel intuitive right in your gut, when you feel something so strongly that it's in your very bones, trust it. Please trust it. Even if doctors and journals and everyone else thinks you're crazy, trust it. Your gut instinct is never going to let you down. So intuition falls within your gut instinct. So what old AI gives me is intuition is the ability to understand or know something instinctively. That's your gut feeling, without conscious reasoning or explicit explanation. So you don't know why somebody has suddenly popped into your head, but you feel a strong something. You don't know what it is. Just spend time, think about that person, perhaps contact that person. I'm sorry about the noise, they're building next door. And, just see what you can do, because your intuition is not going to lie to you. And often we don't know what to do. When someone we know is suffering, or someone we know is going through a really hard time, there are different levels of suffering. We just don't know what to do. That's when you go to your intuition. You go straight to the heart of it, your solar plexus. And further on, it's said that intuition is often described as a gut feeling or an inner knowing. I hope this doesn't annoy you too much. Sorry. It stems from the unconscious mind, which, if you've taken my course, you know this. It stems from the unconscious mind quickly processing past experiences and accumulated knowledge, leading to rapid insights or hunches. You have a hunch about somebody. Have you ever met somebody and just felt something's not quite right? They don't even have to speak. You just have to feel their energy. Because you might think I'm some wacko hippie, and that's what I'd love to be. I'd love a head of silver hair, thanks, let me be a hippie. But when it has been proven, when they did a long, I don't know how long the meditation was, but I think I'll look it up and I'll let you know. And they held this meditation in New York with thousands of people in silence. And what they meditated on was for peace. Do you know that within the time frame, and it wasn't 1 minute, it was longer, there was not one single criminal incident that happened. Not one. And that's the power of the conscious collective, which is what you hold. It doesn't matter what you've been labeled with. Nobody can take that away from you. So trust it. And you get a hunch about someone and you just think something's not right. Or you get a hunch about somebody that you've never met, but something about them just talks to you, talks to your very bones. What is that? Spend time thinking about it and you will find out more than you could ever know. And once you know what you need to know, you can then take action, because it normally involves action. All right. So then it says, while it can be challenged by science, as usual, intuition is a recognized way of information that can be absorbed and influence decisions and behaviors without the person being aware of the underlying mental process. So you make a decision based on a hunch and intuition. All right. And that's, for me, in my opinion, I've got to say my opinion, allegedly and all that, I believe that to be true, as I've found that works in my own life. So if you're struggling, if you're struggling and you find that you just don't know which way to turn, then turn to your gut. Let your mind, ignore your mind, and turn to your gut. If you have a hunch about someone, whether they're a good hunch or whether it's, no, this is not a good person for me, right? Listen to it, because that's important. And if you have a hunch or a feeling about your health, listen to it. Don't hear people say, oh, it's nothing. That's really common. Like, you've had a pain in your foot for months and you don't know what it is. You can't see anything and you're still managing to walk, but something's wrong. Then trust your intuition. Don't start Googling. Go and see a doctor and have it checked. And you'll see if there's something probably needs to be done, and it will be done. It sounds simple, and you know, my friends, it is simple. When you put your heart and soul into it, when you just trust, then in yourself, in your gut, in your intuition, and then you act on it. So let's say your intuition at the moment is telling you somebody that you know or you've met, you don't know them that well, is suffering, right? For whatever reason, they're suffering. You don't have to know why they're suffering. Then you can pull in compassion. And compassion does the same thing. It sends out healing, sort of, wow, hippie, here we go, but healing light around the person or around whoever, their partner or their kids, or whoever it might be. And that is a powerful way to help the world where it is today. Now, I'm not saying, you know, heal the world, because I'm not in that place at all. But what I am saying is that the world is in a mess, you know, a really big mess. People are being let down by doctors who are often overworked. I don't say anything bad about doctors. Freedom of speech is a bit tight. What I'm saying is, in my opinion, allegedly, there are people that the system overlooks. Maybe it's too crowded. Maybe there's not enough money. I don't know what it is. But I have come across more than a few people who have serious illnesses that have been overlooked for years. And in fact, a case in point, which I'll share with you, because there's nothing to hide about it. When my oldest sister was in the UK and she had a cyst on her breast and she went for a check, they said to her, it's nothing, it's just a cyst. It wasn't. It was actually cancer. By the time she had gotten another opinion, because it got bigger, then, a year later, well, now you're in stage 4 cancer. And that's just an example of what can happen. So even if your doctor says to you, you're exaggerating, you're just playing, you know, come on, you're being hypochondriac. No, I am not. Believe in yourself. And then please spend some time while you are loving yourself. Put light around your body all the time, right? In your mind's eye, you close your eyes and you have light circling around your body all the time. That has been proven to actually heal people. And it's been proven to certainly make their situations a heck of a lot better. So it's not just hocus pocus, crazy hippie fairy tale crap. No, it's not, right? If you think it is, that's fine. You can think it is. But that's just been my experience. And not to keep you. So you got your gut feeling. Hold on a second. You got your instinctive understanding. And that involves knowing something directly rather than through logical deduction or reasoning. So you know something. You don't have to be told. You don't have to see it, but you know it. You hear something and you go, hang on, that's what that needs to happen. And we say again, your gut feeling. It often manifests as a powerful, immediate gut feeling or a deep-seated sense that something is right or wrong without any evidence. Now, in my life, this has happened in my life more than a couple of times. And I strongly believe, more than a few times actually, where it made no sense what I was doing to anybody else, but it was what had to happen to me in my gut, which I followed and which led me to where I wanted to be. It's quite remarkable how it works. And as I say, you don't have to believe me, and I wouldn't be telling you this if I hadn't experienced it myself. Then you've got a rapid and holistic intuitive insights which arise quickly and holistically, meaning the mental steps involved are not consciously perceived. So you're not thinking. This is where your monkey mind starts to drive us mad. You're not thinking about something. It just comes to you. All right? Or you could be thinking about your own situation and you don't know what to do. Whatever your situation is, you just feel stuck, right? If something comes to you, just a feeling, I need to drink more water, I need to run, I need to see a different doctor, I need to, whatever it is, my advice to you is go with your feeling, because ultimately, I'm not saying that, well, ultimately we have more control over ourselves, over our bodies than we think we do. And I'm not saying you'll heal yourself overnight, hallelujah, no. I'm saying that every single time you trust your instinct and you act upon it, you won't go wrong. That's what I'm saying. And if I'm wrong, then please let me know. Give it a try and let me know. And if you've used these gut instincts of yours before, or these hunches, perhaps about a shop or about people or whatever it might be, perhaps you've had those and you've ignored them and you've come out feeling, oh hell, now what? And I'll end this because it's quite a long video and I can't edit it because my editing software is screwed. So you got, this is me, okay? So what I wanted to just say is keep believing in yourself. I know that a lot of you are suffering and are struggling with your disorders and the medication that you have to take. But I also know that with enough determination, enough fight in you, you can start, I believe, you can start, your body can start to heal. There's an interesting, and that's not with everybody, I'm not saying it's a definite, I'm not saying categorically, if you do that, you'll just heal. I'm not that stupid. But it's things I've seen and experienced in my life that I'm sharing with you. I've been away for a long time for a very important reason. Trust me, I haven't been able to come on, and I'm sorry about that. And for those of you who have stayed with me, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will bring you more videos from now on. And so, all right then, I can give you the whole rundown, but it's not necessary. I'll just give you examples of intuition. Sensing a tension in a room at work. You just sense it. Something doesn't feel right, okay? Having a strong hunch about a person's intentions based on subtle clues. Now, subtle clues, people do get them out all the time if you're watching for them. Subtle clues are there all the time. You just got to be open to read between the lines of what they're saying or what they're writing. Learn to read between the lines. What are they actually saying? Understanding the meaning of an unknown word in a text without prior knowledge. That's very interesting. You might come across a word that you know what it means, but you've never been taught what it means. That's another thing. And then lastly, anticipating, this is big, anticipating the direction of a story or a conversation. Your hunch, your gut, your instinct will feel these things immediately. And because the world is in such a horrible state, people are sick, there's disaster, which I think there's always been. We just didn't have the internet, you know? So we know more about it now. Whether it's worse or better, I don't know. Probably worse because of all the, advanced technologies but if you get a feeling that your town is in trouble and you need to just hold it in your heart and send it compassion, then you're doing more than you know you're doing. And the same goes for people that you feel for, or people that you know, or people that you think you know, and you have a good hunch about them, but they're not okay. Trust that gut, even if you don't understand it. Just trust it. Close your eyes and just send them love and compassion, because that's what we need. We don't need more arguments. We don't need more, I'm right, you're wrong, yeah, but I heard, and yeah, but you're the, what good is it? There's an excellent poem I will leave you with, written by Charles Bukowski. He is possibly my favorite poet, and it's called People Are Not Good to Each Other. Now, if you look that up on YouTube, you'll find it. Listen to that poem, because that will tell you what I'm saying without the intuitive or gut feelings or the compassion. So have compassion for yourselves, have compassion for others. It doesn't cost you anything, but it makes a massive difference in everybody's life. You can have compassion for a country. That's huge. So don't underestimate your power as a human being, because many of us do. We are so taken with AI and, oh my God, now what? We don't know much because, hey, AI knows everything. Some people are using AI as their therapists. Yeah, but that's fine if that helps them. But nothing can replace the human spirit of compassion, of intuition, that gut feeling. AI doesn't have that. And I'd be very surprised if they managed to code it with intuition, because that's a subconscious thing. Let's see. But for now, thank you for joining me, and thank you for your patience while I've been away. And I will make more videos. Let me know what you'd like to learn about or know about. And if I know the subject, of course, I'll cover it. Anything. Okay? Thank you for joining me once again. I'm Deborah Mann, and it's so nice to be back with you. Have a fabulous day. Cheers.